Hello YouTubers, it's MagicTheGatheringUK here again, and today we are doing an unstable live draft. Oh yes, this should be really good fun. In fact, it was really good fun as I record these voiceovers after I finished the draft, obviously. So it was a really good time. I highly recommend going and drafting some unstable while you can. It's good Magic fun. It's just a good fun set. Definitely worth doing. So we've got our 3 packs of unstable here. Let's see what madness we can invoke with our drafting shenanigans. Hopefully we'll get cracking here very soon. So yeah, unstable is a very strange set. We've got contraptions, you've got all sorts of goodies. Here we go then, pack number 1. Let's not blab on anymore. Let's see what we get. If I can get in the pack. Alright, here we go. What do we got? Steady-handed Mook, very good card. Jail's pretty good. And I get a Steam Flogger Boss instead of a land, which is kind of a feels bad, man. It's a very, very good card in Unstable Limited though, but I want the lands. I don't really want a Steam Flogger Boss. Pretty good first pick though if you go down the contraption route. But my rare here is a foil oddly uneven, so a pretty good pack. 3 rares in it. A foil rare as well. No land though. I think I take the foil rare here. It's a pseudo board wipe, I guess. Can also be detrimental to yourself though, of course, but definitely worth it to get rid of problematic creatures, I think. Really good card if you're behind on board. So that is what I take. I take the foil rare. Steam Flogger Boss is also pretty good, as I say, if you go down the contraption route. But I liked the foil rare, so I took it. I don't know if Steam Flogger is actually worth anything, because it's quite a rare card to get, but... We go pack number 2. Knight of the Kitchen Sink is a pretty damn good card, and it's in white, the colour we just picked, so... To the front it goes. Very situational though, whether it gets its protection or not. Just of note, there are various versions of that card, so they're not all the same. So definitely worth reading the cards, even if you've seen the card a lot of times before. Dirty Rat's pretty good, makes your opponents discard, and if you can augment it, you can make it happen several times. Just rereading the card there, just to see if I do want it. And I do. 2/2 First Strike is good on its own. Plus, it does get protection from cards that have watermarks. So seems solid. Pack number 3. Heavily in white at the moment, as we've only picked up 2 white cards so far. Who knows where we'll end up? Here we go, pack number 3. We've got an ordinary pony. Masterful Ninja still in the pack somehow. Why did no one first pick that? That card is bonkers. I'm super surprised someone, like, it's been passed twice and no one picked it. Some contraptions here. I'm not really interested in taking contraptions yet because I don't even know if I'm going to be playing any contraption makers. But I think I slammed the Masterful Ninja here. It's such a good card. It's a 0 mana 1/1 that you can pump. And it's pseudo in your hand and the battlefield. It's just so good. Why would you not want to pick that? So that is what I go with. Super annoying card to deal with as well. Pack 4, Big Boa Constrictor. It that gets left hanging is pretty good. Numbing Jellyfish. An uncommon contraption. Hummingbird is pretty good, but I didn't obviously have any augment cards at this point. Or host cards, I should say. Really Epic Punch is probably the best card in the pack. The card is bonkers. Gets +2/+2 permanently, and it fights something. So it's removal and +2/+2 for 2 mana. It's ridiculous. But I'm kind of looking at this buzzing wackadoodle here. It's a very fun card. Has a lot of great utility. No matter what option you get, it's pretty good. So, but I have picked a black card and a white card, and I want to be playing both those cards. So, really want the really epic punch here, but it's just off colour. I don't want to be going into another colour at this point. So I think I take the old-fashioned vampire here. Probably not the best pick, as it was light outside, but I thought a 3/3 flyer for 5 is okay. Not great, but okay. I probably should have took the wackadoodle or buzzer wackadoodle, but there we are. One of the creatures and the flyer is always good in limited. Clever combo, pretty funny card. Thud for duds, another fairly decent contraption. Capital Offense is a reasonable removal spell, very situational though, but Subcontract is also quite nice if I go down the discard route, but so far I'm not sure on that. This is just a better card, I feel. Pseudo Removal. It's instant as well, so you can use it as like a combat trick. So that seemed pretty good, so I took it. Obviously it's very situational, depends on what the text says on the other cards, but Hazmat Suit, pretty nice enchantment, but I don't really like enchantments. Plus it has a really weird drawback. The Adorable Kitten is just super good. 1 mana 1/1 that can gain you up to 6 life seems pretty decent, and you can repeat the effect if you augment it with something. Foil it that gets left hanging is also pretty cool. Midlife Upgrade, I'm having a look here. Not something I want right now because I don't know if I'm going to be using contraptions. So I think I take the Adorable Kitten. It's just a very solid card. 1 mana, get a 1/1 and potentially gain 6 life. Sign me up. Plus it's possibly repeatable later on if I have augments. Another Capital Offense. A Riveting Rigger. Steam Flogger, something. A couple more contraptions. Again, I'm not sure I'm in contraptions yet. Hoisted Hireling is also pretty good. Basically a 3 mana 2/1 flyer. It's between Capital Offense and Riveting Rigger here. Or maybe even the flyer. Flying seems like it could be good in this set. So I do take the flyer. Plus I don't know if I'm playing contraptions yet, so the Riveting Rigger isn't necessarily good, and I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of artifacts to get the value off of it. So seems like a fairly good pick. Snickering Squirrel, not really interested in going down the squirrel route at this point. Success is a decent-ish combat trick if you've got augment to get that lifelink. Even then it's not too bad. 1 mana gets something +2/+2 for a blowout on combat. Cogmentor is an interesting one. I take that at the end. And 1 mana 1/1 flyer also has the ability to tap 4 to build a contraption, so quite like that. Steady-Handed Mook is a very good card. 3 mana 1/1, but it has Death Touch and it assembles contraptions. I definitely want to try and get some contraptions going because they give you some serious value. So it seems like the obvious pick for me in this pack. Not much else I'm interested in. 1/1 Death Touch just stops any of the ground attackers basically that could be causing me trouble. Having a look at the contraption there. Clock of Doom is good if you're playing a lot of contraptions. It allows you to crank faster. Dirty Rat. I quite like this card a lot. A 2 mana 1/1 and your opponent discards a card. Seems good. Plus it's possibly repeatable as you can augment it. So I like that card a lot. Card advantage in some form. Good early gameplay. Get something out of your opponent's hand. Or even the late game if they've got like a single card in hand, play that and bye bye. Whatever the card is. This pack's not looking so good. We've got a contraption here, but it adds green mana or something, so I'm not really that interested because I'm not playing green. So the only thing I can really take here is an Enraged Killbot, the artifact. As it's something I can play. It's a 2 mana creature. It's only a 2/1, but it is a 2 mana creature, so you never know where your curve's going to end up, and filler creatures like that can be decent. So we've got a big Boa Constrictor, it that gets left hanging, and a target Minotaur. I really like both those red creatures, but I'm kind of not really interested in red at this point, so I take the big Boa Constrictor. Last couple of cards here. Hammerfist Boomtacular. And a Timeout. I take the Timeout here just because it's like pseudo removal. And I don't really want my stuff being removed, so I don't want to play against that. Hammerfist Boomtacular is good, but doesn't stop me winning if I have a bunch of creatures or something, so I'd get rid of the removal. And my last card is an extremely slow zombie, which is actually pretty good. 2 mana 3/3, but it does have last strike, but a decent 2 mana creature. So having a look what we've got here after pack 1. Pretty decent pack 1, I'd say. Heavily white-black. Got some nice artifacts as well. Fairly happy with how the first pack went, looking pretty nice. Don't have any augments yet for my host creatures, but still early on in the draft, still 2 packs to go. So we'll see what we can get in packs 2 and 3. Here we go then, pack number 2. Hopefully I'll get a land this time, not another Steam Flogger boss. I'm still not sure whether I should have taken the Steam Flogger boss or not. It might be worth some money because it's so rare, and it's black bordered, so you can actually play it in other formats, but probably isn't worth anything. Got an angel token there, and we got a mountain. There we go. I remember to show the camera. Overminded Bodies is a super good card. Lets you basically use creatures in graveyards to attack, but the problem is so far I've only got quite small creatures, and if I'm playing like a green deck and they bring out a bunch of really big creatures, or red creatures for that matter, it just doesn't seem like a very good option for me. Even though it's a really good card, it kind of hinders me more than it helps. So I don't think I end up taking it, unfortunately. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Another Hoisted Hireling. It's okay, but it's not great. Old Guard is pretty good. Labrobot lets me return augments from the graveyard, or hosts. But I don't really have much of that going on right now. Blurring Beeble's a fun card. Old Guard's actually just super good though. Lets me tap a creature that doesn't have reminder text, so that's pretty nice. I picked that up. So Snickering Squirrel, again, not something I'm interested in. Work a double. Sacrifice Play. I didn't read that card right. I thought it meant they could choose an attacking or blocking creature regardless of who owns it, but it is only the opponent's creature, so I probably would have taken that in hindsight, but alas, I didn't read the card properly. Always read the card. It's pretty solid removal. Aerial Toastmaster is pretty interesting. 4 mana, 3/2 flyer. I take the flyer again, and it has the ability to make contraptions as well. So I'm starting to get a couple of cards here that make contraptions, which is nice. I don't have any contraptions yet, but not too worried about that at this point. Plus more flying is good, as that's kind of my plan at the moment. We have a Stinging Scorpion, a Chivalrous Chevalier, another flying creature. Slice by, don't really like that card very much. Steam Frolic 10, another Clock of Doom. Countdown has it 1, and a hilarious card, which I would have loved to play, but unfortunately I'm not in red. But we do have a Mythic Contraption here. This one seems super good. It allows me to just sort of cascade contraptions almost. Gets a bunch of contraptions out, so I take that. I mean, it's the only contraption I have right now, but it's a pretty damn good one, so picked that up. Probably should have taken the flyer, but if I'm going to start getting some contraptions, or getting a mythic contraption is pretty good. Won't be very effective though if I don't pick up any more, but another Steady-Handed Mook. Really like that card. I'm sort of on the plan of playing sort of dirtly stuff early on until I get to some flyers, basically. None of these are contraptions very good. Steady-Handed Mook is what I take. Another 3 mana 1/1 Death Touch that can create a contraption. Pretty good. Oh, I'm debating a bit. Yeah, no, I definitely do take that. Thought about it for a minute. But the card is good. Gums up the ground pretty effectively, and I get a contraption out of it, so pretty nice. I will need some more contraptions though. Another capital offence. Kind of iffy removal at best. Rumour of my death. I don't know if that card's good or not, but I wasn't checking to see what watermarks I had on things, so I really wasn't sure if that was going to be good in my deck or not. Got a rare contraption here, which seems pretty good, as I have actually got a couple of artifacts and artifact creatures. So I slam that, and of course I also have other contraptions which also count as artifacts, so that card seemed pretty good. Lets me filter through some of my deck. Another steady-handed Moog, and a riveting rigger. That's a tempting pick because it worked well with that contraption I just got. And it also lets me get a contraption. And also lets me get rid of an artifact I'm not particularly fond of, or a contraption I'm not really that bothered about, to give it +2/+2 if I need it. Oh, I also have the Zombifier. Oh, I take the Zombified there. I have a couple of host creatures, but no augments at this point, so I take that. Seemed pretty good. Not sure if that was the right pick, though. Big Boa Constrictor. Finders Keepers is a good card in my deck. It's expensive, but it's a removal spell. It's just no condition removal. And it lets me build a contraption, so it seems like we're definitely going down a contraption route now. We'll need to pick up some contraptions though. We only have 2 at this point, I think. Auto Key, not that exciting. Squirrel Power Scheme, nothing really interesting for me in my colours, so Dog Snail Engine's pretty good. I mean, my deck's full of pretty low powered stuff, but yeah, I don't mind gaining life for free, essentially. So that is what I take. Plus I need more contraptions now if I'm going to have all this contraption building stuff. Dirty Rat, Division Table, not very exciting. Twiddlestick Charger, not very exciting. And another Hoisted Hireling. I take the Dirty Rat, just in case I have any more augment cards come up. Plus it makes the one I picked up more useful because I'll have more targets. Although the flying creature wars are definitely a good option. Take another riveting rigger here. Again, lets me build a contraption if I so desire. Or it's just another artifact for my other contraptions, depending on what's going on. Stinging Scorpion. Another creature I can augment, and it's a pretty nice one. Gives something -1/-1. There is a Clock of Doom, which allows me to crank my stuff, which could be good, but I'm thinking it might be a bit too slow. I mean, 8 mana for 1 crank is pretty heavy. So I take the creature here. I'm not really too sure at this point how many creatures I have, so I think I'd rather take... Oh, I do take the Clock of Doom. Okay, never mind. Completely ignore everything I say. It's an interesting pick because it could be good, but it also could be bad. The Extremely Slow Zombie. I take that. I like that card. 2 mana 3/3, but it does have Last Strike, but good early game. Lets me stall while I get my flyers out. Didn't actually see what that one was. I think it was the one that exiles stuff with a certain watermark. And nothing useful there at the end for us. Pack 2. But again, a fairly solid pack. We've got some nice stuff. Goes nicely with what we picked up in the first pack. Got some nice artifact creatures. We got some... Picked up a couple of really nice contraptions. I'm not too sure about that Zombified card, but it does let me combine stuff from the graveyard, which is another reason why I picked it. It gives me some utility later on, even if it dies. Rumours of My Death, probably not going to be played because I haven't actually checked what watermarks I have. Could be good. Yeah, my foil has some like weird scratch marks or lines on it, which is kind of odd, but still sweet. I'm really liking the look of this. Don't really know what I want at this point. More contraptions is nice. Some more good creatures. Here we go, pack number 3. Let's see what we can muster up. We're going to have a dirty rat off the top. Foil gnome token. Nice planes. Dual Doomsuits is a very, very strong contraption. We did get a Hydra Doodle though, which is a very, very, very strong card. I was highly tempted to take it just so no one else got it because it's ridiculous. Very hard to play against. But at this point I was thinking I do have a bunch of Death Touch. I do have a couple of removal spells, so it might not actually be that bad, and it's kind of random as to how big it can actually be. So I end up not taking it, I think. Although I kind of wish I did just because it looks really cool. It'd be cool to own it. But I believe I take the dual Doomsuits here. It's just a very, very strong contraption. Double strike, not double strike, double damage on anything I do on that turn is just ridiculous. Very hard to play against that. Ordinary Pony is also in the pack. And another rat, dirty rat. But I do need contraptions, and it's a fairly good one. So that is what I take. Not too exciting, but helps my deck out. It was Sacrifice Play. The card I didn't read properly again, so I don't think I'd take it again, even though it's super good in my deck, probably. Another rare contraption guest list. -X, where X is the amount of creatures in your opponent's graveyard. Could be good, could be really awful, so it's kind of conditional, so I'm not too convinced by that one. A Ninja card, Success is in the pack. And a Skull Saucer. This card is great. Destroy something when you play it. It's a 4/1 flyer, so hard to block, because there's not that many flyers or reach cards in this set if you're not playing blue or white or black. And even then, there's not that many flyers, from my point of view. Looking at Ninja here, because I have got a bunch of host creatures. I do take that. I think the correct pick should have been Skull Saucer, actually. It's just such a strong card. It is annoying to play with, though, because you do have to put your head on the table to keep it alive. But I take the Augment card. I don't know if that's the right choice. Another Finders Keepers there. That's pretty good for us. Kill something, make a contraption. Not a very interesting contraption there. Spike Tournament Grinder was super tempting, but I didn't have any... It's an extremely powerful card, but I didn't have any banned cards with me, because A... I didn't realise I was going to pull that, and secondly, I just don't own many, so there's that. I kind of want to take it just because it's a super cool card, but I wouldn't have got any use out of it at all. I think long and hard about this. I kind of really want to get it just because it's a cool card. But I do take the removal spell, Finders Keepers, I believe. It's just a better pick. I mean, this card's doing nothing for me, really. I don't have any banned cards, so it's just a silly pick. I kind of want it just because it's cool, but I think I made the right pick in the end. The sensible pick. Plus, it's only a 1/1, so not that great overall as a body. Not much else in the pack I'm interested in either. Keep bringing that to the front. I'm like, oh man, I want it. But as I say, it's kind of pointless for me to take that. Take the Finders Keepers. Definitely the correct pick, I believe. I mean, it's an expensive removal spell, but some of these creatures get bonkers in this set. So having a straight removal spell is good. Another steady-headed Mook there, or steady-handed Mook. Super good card for us. I don't know how many of them is too many, though. Another Augment card there. Kind Slaver is an interesting card, but can be good or bad, depending on who you pick to do the Kind Slaving. Another Chivalrous Chevalier as well, which is 5 mana 3/3 flyer again. And it's an artifact, which works quite nicely with some of the things we've got going on. But I think I take the Death Touch card that makes contraption, I think. Or do I take Robo? Robo's actually pretty good as well. I already have 2 of them steady-headed mooks as well. I do take the Robo. It goes nicely with some of our host creatures. Gives us something to augment. And I'm chucking cards everywhere. There we go then. A Sapsucker, not what we want. Another Hoisted Hireling, pretty good. No contraptions of use there. Capital Offense, another sort of semi-removal. Labro Bot, not exciting. 5 mana, 3/3. Turn a card from our graveyard to our hand. We have got a couple of augments and a couple of hosts, so it could be good. Hoisted Hireling's also pretty nice. Another flying creature. I do take the Robo though. I want to try it out. It seemed pretty cool. Don't really think my deck justifies it though, because I don't think I have enough host or augment cards to get it off the ground. Another Finders Keepers. I don't think I want 3 of them because it's just too expensive. I actually really like Gnome Ball Machine here. Steel Squirrel is also really good, but I'm not really doing the dice mechanics very much. This is just a solid contraption here. Crank it, create 2 1/1 tokens. Seems good. I'll take 2 1/1 tokens for free. Again, makes good blockers if we need them. Plus their artifacts, which works well with some of the other contraptions we've got, and also the rigging artifact white creature, so I can sack one of the gnomes. Another Masterful Ninja gets past my way. I don't know why this card keeps getting passed to me, because it's ridiculous. It's such a good card. Now I have 2 of them in my deck. Like, why would you not take that? I will take that all day, every day. I'm starting to wonder if anyone else is picking black cards, to be honest. Lucky Recycler. Let's just get something back, but we're not too worried about that. Voracious Vacuum, again, not that great in my opinion. Dirty Rat is good for us, I think, because it lets us stall a bit more, get some cards out of our opponent's hand. Seems like a fun thing to be doing. Box of Free Range Goblins is a great card, I love that card. Can go badly wrong though. Another Cog Mentor. Another Dirty Rat. I think I'll take the Dirty Rat here. It's just cool. I don't know if I play them all in the end, but good sideboard tech if I want to go full on discard. Work a double. Skull Saucer comes back, which is quite surprising. The card is actually super good. I'm super happy that came back. I take that very quickly. Remove a creature and have a 4/1 flying play. You do have to have a head on the table. But there we go. Not much here we want. I mean, Inflation Station is pretty nice. Gives something +3/+3. But I like the combat trick a bit more here. My creatures are very small. Generally, like a bunch of 1/1s and stuff. So this gives me the ability to trade profitably in some kind of attack at some point, maybe. This is pretty good for us. Another steady-handed Mook. Perfect for our deck. 3 mana 1/1, but it has Death Touch, and we get a contraption. We're looking to get those contraptions going. Rumors of My Death. Again, not sure if I've actually got any of those. For the watermark theme there. So I think I'll take the Flyer. The Flyer is pretty good anyway for us. 2/1 Flyer. So there's not a lot that flies in this set, it seems. And we get a Mandatory Friendship Shackles as our final card here. A contraption. Not the best contraption, but it's still another contraption to add to our pile of contraptions. So just looking through our cards here, I'm pretty happy with how the draft went. It seems like we picked up quite a powerful selection of cards here. We can do some pretty fun stuff. So that is all the cards that we picked up. Pretty nice. 2 Masterful Ninjas is pretty sweet. I can't believe that at all. Can't believe the first one came around, let alone 2. So yeah, here's the final deck list. For some reason I only put 6 of each land on there, but I actually did run 8 of each in the end, because 12 lands would be ridiculous. It'd be a bad idea. So yeah, there's the deck. It was pretty bonkers. I didn't drop a single game. It was just really hard for people to get through the Death Touch guys. The removal just got rid of any bonkers creatures that came around. The value that I got off the contraptions was absurd. Making gnomes and drawing extra cards from the one that lets me review, look at the top X cards in my library for how many artifacts I've got, put one in my hand, that sort of stuff. Double damage contraption was ridiculous as well, especially with all my flying creatures that most people couldn't block. So if I had the sorcerer out, I was getting 8 damage through with it, which won me a game. So that was very nice. So overall, Unstable was incredibly good fun. I highly recommend doing it. So many crazy things can happen. Definitely worth trying it, just for once. You know, give it a go. You won't regret it, and you'll have a good time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the draft. I should also add that I went 3-0 overall, so that was pretty sweet, with 6 wins overall. I didn't lose a single game, so I went 3-0, 6-0. So that's pretty awesome as well. And as always, hit that thumbs up button if you did. Subscribe to the channel for plenty more Magic the Gathering goodness. And as always, we'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye!